Well, this looks like the spot. Started raining about halfway out here, so I had to break out the Kelty poncho, which I'll talk to you more about this here. Got a nice lake view, plenty of ground to scout out while I'm out here, but I'm going to have to get to work because the rain is just now backed off to where it's just a mist, but I don't want to get caught in the rain. I've got a lot of work to do, so we'll be back. I got a shelter to build. If you don't have patience, bushcrafting is probably not your best bet. Rain has finally stopped. Quick release on here. buttoned this all the way up, I just wanted to make a couple things clear when using this John Pack bed sleeve. If you're going to put it up on a tripod like this, instead of using it as a browse bed, you got to make sure that that the poles are big enough to sustain your weight. Everybody that I've ever talked to said, oh, they got to be 2 inches, you know, and they got to be green. But yeah, I'm 200 pounds. I'm 5'9", 200 pounds, and a 2-inch green pole will look like a hammock, and your butt will be on the ground. So you got to have a pretty stout pole on both sides. The horizontal poles have got to be probably at least 3, if not 4 inches. The second thing that I want to make mention is because if the weight of the canvas, and it's not wax canvas, you got to make sure that you knock off all the sharp limbs that's going to come into contact on the bottom and the top side, but especially the top side of the piece of canvas. If not, you're going to have a stick coming through and ruin your bed sleeve. So I'm going to go ahead and fly out the Tentsmith oilskin tarp, let you see that, and this is going to be ready to sleep in tonight other than getting out the wool blankets. So be back. So before the sun goes all the way down on me, I just wanted you to get kind of a look of, you know, the setup I will do when I'm wanting to use an oil tarp. This is the Tentsmith 8x8 oil tarp. Great size for what I do. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do. So many different. And what I'm laying, you want to do, because there's a lot of labor involved. For, you know, 3 or more days, then these are great. I'm out for a scout. Deer season's coming up, and this is going to do me good. Right now the temperature is about 75 degrees, but tonight it's going to be down around 45, 48 degrees. I'll have a fire out here. You'll be able to see that later. But the bed sleep reasons. Number one, if you want to get elevated, to keep conduction from, you know, sapping all your heat out of your body, this gets you off the ground, and it's very, very comfortable. If you do want to go on the ground and forego all of the tripods and, you know, the ridge pole, everything that you see here, because as I said, it's labor intensive. If you don't have patience, bushcrafting isn't for you. But if you don't want to do that, what you can do is you can fill this. It's like a tube, just like a tube sock with both ends open, but it's heavy duty and it's heavily reinforced. You can fill it full of browse, any type of soft browse. You can dried corn stalks. You can use leaves that are dry. And, you know, if you happen to be in an emergency, you need to put a barrier between you and maybe some damp leaves, you can just throw a 55-gallon drum liner on it. You know, everybody carries those, you should. So it's a great option. They're very, very reasonable. Where you get these bed sleeves most readily is from Self-Reliance Outfitters. The guy that makes these is John Pack, J-O-N-P-A-K. And he doesn't have a website, but he has a Facebook page. But he deals directly through Dave Canterbury's company, Self-Reliance Outfitters. They're very reasonable. If you look over there, that canvas pack is also his. That's the John Pack. And, you know, I've said before, it's probably my favorite canvas pack that I've got. It's wax canvas, and I've done a couple mods to it that you're going to like if you have the pack. So I just wanted to bring you up to speed on that. And also, I wanted to show you, you know, because somebody's going to ask me, you know, what about the bedding? Okay, so here's what I'm doing. You know, when I do this, I don't take out a sleeping bag. What I have is 2 wool blankets. One of them is like a little bit bigger than a twin size, and it will be my bottom layer that I will actually lay on top of, right? Just like this right here. It's not big enough to wrap up in like a burrito, but I just want to show it to you. And it's, you know, it's a
medium grade type of wool blanket, right? But if there is any wind that gets under the tarp, which I don't anticipate that tonight, this will help to keep my core very, very warm from the backside. And then this is just a regular, I think this is a Czechoslovakian or Yugoslavian army blanket, than the ones I ever used in the military. And then this one, this comes from Faribault Mills. This is a very, it's not the top line that they have, but kind of middle of the road, and merino wool queen size blanket. If you're going to buy a wool blanket, go for the queen size, because then you can wrap up the way you need to. And I'll be honest with you, with this setup and these two wool blankets, I could stay out to around, maybe 5, maybe even 0 degrees, and with a fire, of course, and be okay. And they also have another blanket called the Revival. We haven't seen that one yet, but we're anticipating, by the time that heavy winter comes. Now you're talking about being able to use this blanket and the Revival blanket, and you'll be able to go down to about 10 below degrees. So you keep hanging tight, and we'll be back for some more of what we got here for you. Show you what I brought out in the bags, especially the John Pack.